Play my fucking music.
What the fuck are we doing? We're the rubberneckers. We ain't got massive packers. We watch the world burn. Ain't nobody ever learned. Donut. Fun. We're the rubberneckers. We ain't no home wreckers. We like to rant a lot. Got a little Mexico as a mascot. Donut. Fun. I'll be a good little.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rubberneckers, where I try to ruin the show and hold Jody back for making this show the best that it can be. I'm one of your hosts,
I'm
John
very
Domingo.
funny, John.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm very funny, John.
You are funny. There's no doubt about that. We have a special guest from the Shit Happens When You Party Naked podcast, Jason Alme. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing very well. I want to just say that I'm thrilled and beyond honored to be finally on the Rubberneckers podcast with the great John Domingo.
All right, stop buttering me up. First of all, I don't
Hey,
know
John,
why
hold on.
You look so buttery, though. You look like you love butter.
Yeah. Can I lay out a track here, guys?
Go ahead.
I asked Jason if he would like to join us for the new season of Rubberneckers podcast, and he said, quote, "Oh, I haven't talked to John in forever. I think he fucking hates me." And I go, "Why
I still
would you
think
say
that,
such a thing?"
for the record, I still think he hates me.
You're out of your mind.
He said, I asked him questions kind of indirectly, and he never fucking responds to me. So I guess he just fucking
I
hates
sent him
me.
nudes. I sent him pictures of my dick. I sent him pictures of Delvin's dick. I thought maybe he'd like Delvin's better. It's BBC. Everybody loves that. Nothing in return. Nothing back. I hear nothing. I got blocked, I think.
So when I said you want to be on the show, he said abso-cunting-lutely is what he said. And
Yeah.
Exactly what I said.
Yeah, so again, I don't know why you feel like I hate you. I love you. And I used to watch you guys when you did Creatures of the Night.
I know. I missed that.
Yeah, you guys used to do conspiracy theories. It was right up my alley. I would sit there and watch yous live. So, yeah. I don't know what you're dumb.
We should do that again.
You should do it again.
Yeah,
It's
they got to
amazing.
replace that diva Jason on that fucking show.
Here's the deal. When we all started out, I believe that we were in the golden age of independent podcasting. It was you, it was Wutsky, there was a bunch of shows out there, and a lot of them are gone now, or they're not podcasting on a regular basis. You went behind a paywall.
Hey, Adam Astamouth Simmons is still alive and kicking.
He still is
to
alive.
He
say.
is. I had a FaceTime with Adam Astamouth Simmons today. I saw his face. He's alive.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He's
So-
still in your neck of the woods, Domingo. I can't
I know
believe
he
you
is.
haven't seen him recently.
I know. I got to get there. I got to get over there and check him out. All right. So here we go. Here's the story. Can I get into the part where you just sent me a text and you blurred out everybody's information to protect the innocent?
Yes.
Okay. So Jody sends me a text.
It was really just to show Josh and Edward to make them feel really bad. Jason, Josh and Edward are the last recently released latest co-host of the show.
They quit.
They quit.
I didn't release anybody. Did I? Have I fired? The only person that I know that we fired,
Devin.
Devin was the only one we
Devin
fired.
got fired. He's a drunk.
Why'd you
and he didn't
fire
show up.
Devin?
Because he wouldn't show up.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
that's
wouldn't,
unfortunate.
and it wasn't even the fact that he wouldn't show up. He wouldn't tell us he wasn't going to show up.
So he would just no call, no show?
No call, no show. And it was several times there was no call, no show.
If
And
you
I
no
told
call, no show, I think that's like a one strike and you're out. Maybe two. Like if you come back and you were like, my dick was on fire or something like that, there was an legitimate emergency, okay, we can forgive it. But, you do that twice.
Old Domingo had a one-strike policy on stand-ups because I remember being in those text chat threads where people would stand him up and he'd be like, I can't believe this fucking shit. This person's dead to me now. Like that would be his whole rant.
Yeah.
He's better about it now. I'm sure you kind of stood us up last week, you fuck.
Well, it was actually a couple of weeks ago, but that was heartbreaking to me because I was so looking forward to that moment, this moment. And, my God, having kids.
You're in the thick of it.
And
How many do you have?
The whole thing, I have two. I just, earlier this year, I had my second, so she's
You remember when we
almost
met
9 months
Alme?
old.
He didn't have any kids.
We didn't
I
think
don't
he
even-
I think he was still fucking dudes when we met him.
Yeah, I think he was.
What do you mean was?
Yeah, true.
That's true.
I just need to get one of the two of you close enough.
When his beautiful wife, Christine, finally got pregnant, we all asked, who's the father?
Who's the father? Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean, I will say they're both very tan. They're both very tan babies.
Very tan.
I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm Norwegian, so I'm not very tan.
Yeah. All right, so let me get into this real quick. So now that Jody unmasked, he unredacted this, I know exactly what happened here. Here's what they said. Rubberneckers is basically John's show, where he brings on two other nobodies to tank Jody for making their show too good. I heard there's no names left, so I expect good things from Jody and John.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so this is
That's
Sam.
a 3-star review right there.
Right, this is Sam, and Sam is from a podcast, if you want to call it that, called the Extra Chromosome Podcast. Now, listen, you know what? I don't want to. My New Year's resolution is not to shit on other podcasts, independence podcasts. These guys, there's 3 of them. It's Mike, it's Cheese, and it's Sam. And Sam is, at his young age, is a bigger curmudgeon than I am, which is saying something.
Hell yeah.
So, anyhow, so that's where that's from. And you know what? I don't disagree with him, but here's the other thing. Did I bring them on? I brought Josh on. Jody brought Edward on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all me. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
So I guess we got all that out of the way. So I'll try not to ruin the show for you, Jody.
Alme, this is what happened. This show has had, how many, John? 7 or 8 different co-hosts now?
Let's review. There was Colin, Andrew, Bob, Dave.
Yeah.
And
you're the solo from the beginning.
Yeah, I
So here's
quit.
what happened, Jason. There was 5 people in the beginning, and on episode 7, there's a legendary fucking rant where John lost
I
his
heard
shit.
that one. Yeah, I heard
Donut, fat, and he
Please.
fucking slammed the mic against the thing.
Yeah.
John said, fuck yous all, and left for like 8 months.
Yeah,
They
and
did a couple-
I heard episodes after that, and they just weren't as good without Jamingo. I'm telling you, this show without Jamingo is not a show at all.
Yeah. So that's the deal. Dave ran it for a little bit. Finally, by some fucking love of God, John Jamingo stumbled his chunky ass back into the circle. And over, a period of time between John, Dave, Bob, everybody else has left.
I remember when he came back, I used to listen to the show when it was Bob and Dave were founders, right? They weren't like employees. They were founding members. They still get a cut?
No. There's no
Okay.
cut of what? Cut of 0?
Yeah. They don't even come.
give me
They don't
here.
even really come back. Dave came back once, but it's kind of like when they leave for good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. But I used to, in John's honor, I used to listen to the Rubberneckers when it was the founding trio, when it was Bob, Dave, and John. I never thought I'd see Dave and John do a podcast together. That's how mind-blowing it was. And in John's honor, I used to listen to the show outside of KFC because they wouldn't let you inside because of fucking COVID restrictions and shit while eating KFC. And I would listen to the Rubberneckers while eating KFC in John's honor.
So
I felt like it was the best thing I could do for him. Listen to his podcast and eat fried chicken sandwiches.
I love that. I love that. So anyhow, but we do catch a lot of shit here, and I'm fine with it. I'll tell you what this podcast has done. It has softened me. It has made me learn.
It makes him
stop-
soft and hard at the same time.
Stop
Jason. You know what I mean?
fighting
I was
with.
going to say he's always looked pretty soft though. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong.
Like popping fresh. Like I could fall asleep on him. You know what I mean? Like cuddling up to a big bear.
Oh,
Maybe the word is, I think it's squishy. That's the word.
The ladies like to use the word snuggly.
Snuggle's not bad.
Snuggly.
I was going to say comfortable.
They like the word snuggly. That's what the ladies like to use. So, I want to jump right into it.
Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, Jason, what were the topics you sent me to put on the board?
I have one. I have one topic that he has in here.
I was giving him shit because I fucking told him like 8 times to send me links, and he was like, "We'll do."
You
Absolutely.
told me like twice, and look, I mean, like I'm watching porn all week, and I didn't want to send you just links
Send me
to two
porn.
dudes
I would have
fucking.
put that in the Trello. We could talk about porn.
It's just dudes fucking. So
Yeah, I'm not into that.
yeah, John's not into that.
It's not
I'm glad
true.
you're here.
Play some drops.
I'm glad you're here. So here we go. Tell me your thoughts on this.
It's a guy.
People
It's
are
definitely a
really
penis.
out here saying that trans Coochie is the inferior product. I'm sorry. We have the designer, expensive, bougie Coochie. Like, you're telling me if someone says, would you like this free paper bag that came with my groceries, or would you like this $35,000 bag? You're taking the designer Birkin, babe. Like, seriously, you're just mad because trans girls don't want to put trash like you in our designer bags.
Damn.
Ooh.
She called my pee-pee trash.
First of all, I called it before she even said anything about the bougie. I like the bougie coochie too. I've never had trans vagina, I should say that, but I like that they're calling it the bougie coochie so much that I might take a dip one on.
Do you really?
I've never had sex with a manufactured vagina on a person. Like, I've fucked a couple little fake ones and stuff. Yeah. And I got to tell you, real vagina's way better. I can't imagine the thing they're putting inside of people is much different than just a pocket pussy, huh?
You know, like a fleshlight, like like a pocket pussy. Yeah, but that's all like neoprene and rubber. Like, they make the trans vaginas out of like actual human flesh.
Yeah, but vaginas have muscles and stuff in them. Like, it's not just an open cavity with nutsack skin at the opening.
I did not wake up this morning thinking that I was going to advocate for trans vaginas, but here I am. Yeah. I just want to say that, like, medical science is miraculous. Can you even begin to imagine the type of shit they would put in there? I'm not just talking about, like, we're going to give it 4 walls.
Oh, like a car wash? Like all their attachments and stuff in there?
Yeah, you could have fucking things in there. You could have, like, rollers and dingle hoppers and shit could be shooting out the sides. Like, you could completely, like, nature gave women pussies, right?
Regular
and design them.
Just basic vaginas.
Give it teeth. Vagina dentata, my friends. Look that up on Wikipedia. It's a major theme in Hitchcock's Marnie, by the way. If you haven't seen Hitchcock's Marnie, check it out. Vagina dentata. You got to be careful because you're going to stick your penis in and it's going to boom, bite your penis off. But you could put crazy fucking shit in there. You could make the thing vibrate, like click it like a toothbrush and starts like, brrr, like you could do whatever. Like, you don't have to stick with Mother Nature's vagina on a trans vagina.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. All my life, I've enjoyed the original, the OG vagina.
Yeah. But have you tried extra crispy is what he's asking.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. But as Kentucky Fried, I'm an original recipe guy. Even though I tried extra crispy, I always go back to original recipe. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's some trans women here that you can't tell. What's the word I'm looking for?
Passable?
They present as a hot woman. So you don't
passable
know.
Trans, and they got a dick bigger than all 3 of our dicks put together.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about that because you can kind of see that and get out of the way. Oh no, get out of the way. You can kind of see that coming, right? You can see the lady dick and balls coming.
Yeah, you can. The sheenus.
Right. But when they go and have the bottom surgery, you don't know until you have a handful of it.
I don't even think that's
gay.
Do
you even know that?
Yeah, not even a little bit. That's definitely making sex to a vagina. It just happens to be installed. I'm
going to tell you, if you think that you're having sex with a woman, if you're at a glory hole and you think that you're getting blown by a girl, even though it's a dude on the other side, that's not gay.
Yeah, if you close your eyes, it doesn't make a difference.
If you're fooled, like I've always said this, like I don't know how I would feel if I was. It's hard for me to even say because I've been married so long now. But if I was single and I was dating women and I learned like the woman that I was dating is a trans woman, I don't know how I would feel about that. I really don't. But if you were able to fool me, good on you. I can't hold that against you. If you don't tell me and I don't know and you just fool me,
yeah, she's gonna hold it against you, right against your forehead.
I'm just gonna say like that's kudos to you. Good job to your surgeon. If there's a tip jar, I would like to fucking leave him a 10 spot because that was good. I don't know how I would feel after the fact, but I would definitely not feel gay.
You know, technically the vagina is only like 2 or 3 years old. Does that make that against the law, I think?
No, it's not how old the vagina is. It's how old the owner of the vagina is.
Mm-hmm.
See?
So you're saying like a cis woman could get like a vagina replacement surgery and get like a brand new vagina installed. Like if there was some horrible accident or something like that and she got a donor vagina, it wouldn't matter if that vagina came from a 13-year-old. Would that feel weird? I would feel weird about that if I found out that like you know, yeah, she's in her 30s, but like the vagina that she got donated was from a donor that was 13 years old. That's a 13-year-old vagina. I'd feel weird about that. I don't know how I would feel.
Dave's in here. He has a question. What do nouveau vages smell like?
New vag. I think that's a neo vag.
Hold on, John. We got to have a spelling word. Let's go. It's neo.
Neo vag.
Vages.
Neo vag. So what's a neo vag, first of all? Can someone...
I like nouveau, though, because it's like nouveau riche is like when you're newly acquired wealth.
Thought that's what
nouveau,
it was.
Nouveau vag. It's like new vag. I like
Neo
it.
means new, John.
Yeah, I get that part of it, but
Neo's the guy from the Matrix. Don't fuck with me.
Also true.
so Red says it smells like burnt rubber.
Yeah. Like
You could make them smell like whatever you want. That's what I'm saying. You could install glands that fucking smell like lemon meringue pie, dude. You don't have to deal with vagina smell anymore.
smell like bacon and eggs.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd like
Now
to smell that.
there's an invention. You could take
Do you
and
really want
make a
it to smell like bacon
vagina
and
smell
eggs?
whatever you wanted it to smell like. Like you put a couple drops in there, and then you got bacon and eggs. You've got chocolate ice cream. You've got whatever you want.
Top 3 smells.
And listen, ladies, I'm not going to leave you out. You could do the same thing. You drop a couple, you rub a little bit around the shaft, and the next thing you know, it's tastes like, I don't know, whatever, chocolate, red wine, whatever you want it to taste like.
It wouldn't taste different. It would just smell different.
Yeah.
Haven't you guys ever thought about like getting some kind of like like getting a new dick, like a designer dick, like I don't know if there's an accident and you like lose your penis and you get like a new penis. It's like a robot penis, but it does like all sort of amazing penis things that you can't do with a natural penis.
Well, first of all,
I've thought about it a lot, clearly.
putting a new penis
know.
on me is like putting a V8 in a Kia. I mean, what the fuck are you going? Why am I
it's
going to
like-
have that?
It's like putting a spoiler on a Volkswagen
Yeah,
bug.
pretty much. Yeah, it's
You don't need that.
It's a waste of time. Be honest with you.
I get it. But I wouldn't like, I think the penis,
Yeah,
the
I'm
whole
still
point
gonna
is the
bust
tip
in
of
like
it,
3
man.
or 4 seconds anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
Yeah,
why put a $10 million dick on me? I'm gonna come in 20 seconds. I mean,
right. It's a waste of time.
makes
I'm
no
gonna
sense
die
at
in
all.
3 fucking years.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to think that you could will the penis. Like if you died a few years after you got the new penis, you could just pass that down to the next, like your son could get your robot penis and then
That'd be sick.
you could live on through him.
I told my black friend if he dies before me, I'm going to take at least the back half of his cock and add it to mine.
You said your black friend like you've only got one.
The main one.
Like black bread.
You got to figure out which one it is.
Everybody knows.
My best black friend, but not Delvin Cox. How about that?
Lisa's got an idea. Just stick some new car smell up there. Everybody's fine. There you go.
I'm going to keep my balls, though. They're taunt.
I don't need my balls at all. I'd rather not have them at this point.
Yeah, they're really getting away. That
Fucking
goddamn. About a week ago, I jumped up in the truck and pancaked one of them damn things. I thought I was going to throw up.
they're
man.
they're more trouble than they're worth after a certain point. Once you've reproduced, if that's part of your plan, once you have the children, you no longer need the testicles. You talk about like vasectomy where they cut the cord, they get in there and they cut the little cable, but I'm like, take the whole fucking thing. I don't need it.
Do you
It's
still
just
feel nut
extra-
shots if they clip the cable or whatever?
I don't think you
I
do.
think you still feel.
Oh,
I think you would still feel a punch to the nut, right?
Well, then what the fuck is the point?
They don't take the whole nerve. I think they just snip the vas deferens, which is where the little gametes travel from the production center in the testes to the penis, where they shoot out and into the women to get them pregnant.
I just get them cut out, dude.
I think if you cut out the beans, then
I don't think they dig the whole beans out of
No,
there.
they
I think
don't.
they
I
let
know
the
they
beans
don't.
stay in.
yeah.
Do you guys ever know somebody with a prosthetic testicle? Come to start talking about prosthetic. Well, of course, this guy knows somebody with a prosthetic testicle.
Not for the purpose of prosthetic testicle. I knew a dude that had a dick implant and one of his nuts was the valve to like inflate.
Yeah. I've heard of that where you push the boop 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 and it's like
He told everybody about it, all of his customers, and it got to a point where people would reassign me to his jobs, and they'd be like,
because they were uncomfortable.
his name was Mark. Yeah, because he's talking about his dick. He's an older cat. He was probably in his 60s, gray-headed, old kind of sleazy.
My dad
looking
got
dude.
one of those.
And they'd be like, "What?" And I would meet people, and they'd be like, "Yeah, my other guy was Mark." And I go, "Oh, did he tell you about his cock?" They'd be like, "Yes, he did. That's why we didn't have him."
Hey, listen, I don't know if you know this. I'm going to go back in the Wayback Machine. You knew who had one of those pump cocks or one of those blow up cocks? Flip Wilson. Flip Wilson, back in the day, had a penis
Who the
pump.
fuck is Flip Wilson?
You don't know who Flip Wilson is?
It sounds like is he a vaudeville mammy singer or something?
He was a comedian. He was like one of the first transvestites. He used to come on as Geraldine, and he would come out on his show. I can't believe you don't know who Flip Wilson is. I almost have to. I feel like I
Are
should.
you
post a
still
video.
allowed to call? Are you still allowed to call people transvestite? Is that like is
Well,
that an
back then, that's
outdated
what they
term or is
were.
it offensive now?
That's a dude that dresses up like a woman, though, right?
I don't care if they're offended anymore. I really don't.
I thought drag queen was a dude that dressed up like a woman but still identified as like a dude. He just likes wearing makeup and women's clothing.
I think drag queen is the whole point of like dressing up like a certain woman and dancing around and doing a show. And
I thought drag queen was like the whole point of elementary school.
I thought drag queen is what they call a gay guy they pull behind a pickup truck.
Ouch.
Yeah. I grew up in Arkansas.
I mean,
It means something different down here.
Damn, Jody.
they say it's Jamingo that's trying to
I didn't make it up.
drag Jody down from the greatness, the levels of greatness.
That was fantastic. That might, oh God, if I could only figure out how to make that as a, see, the thing is, I make these as our cover art for the episode, and then Apple takes one look at it and says, no, you don't get to put that on there.
Is that a person wrapped in a chain? Yeah, that one doesn't work.
Are they dragging a guy behind a truck? No, that's not happening.
Yeah, definitely cannot skull drag people on Apple podcasts.
That'd be a crazy goddamn thing to see. You know, I see a lot of stuff in traffic throughout the day. People getting pissed off, cutting the whole 9 yards. I've seen it while I've been driving. I ain't never seen anybody getting drugged by a car. I think that would be a goddamn sight to see.
I don't know. Hey, Jason, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
have
absolutely.
you got into VR yet? Have you got a VR headset yet?
No, I don't. I've thought it would be cool, but then I'm also just kind of worried. Like, to me, that type of technology feels more dystopian than anything. Like, I've seen the Lawnmower Man. I've seen Logan's Run. You know what I'm saying? I'm just worried that I would get this thing.
And you're never going to take it off?
Yeah, that's the whole reason why I don't do cocaine.
Word.
Yeah, because I'm just really, like, I already have issue with, like, energy, and I love caffeine, and I love not shutting up. Can you imagine me on cocaine, how insufferable I would be?
Oh, I can't. To be honest with you, I can't.
Fuck, my wife would finally kill me. She'd finally just get a knife.
I do have a VR headset. And
is it cool?
I love it. First of all, you can go in.
Wutsky has one, and he says it's cool.
We play poker on it. Jody, we've played poker, Jody and I. And then there's also, if you can go into the other worlds, they have this one place that's an open mic, and you can just jump up there and do a 3-minute stand-up set where you can go in there and work on material.
Jason, I just play cards. I've tried to do the other stuff, and I feel like I shouldn't be there.
Really?
It gives me motion sickness, and there's a lot of kids in those things, and I'm just like, this probably isn't for me. It's like Roblox.
The stand-up thing would be fun. I would just go live in one of these VR rooms while I was recording my podcast, but you guys have to listen to me now, and then everyone clears out.
You say that. I actually have a podcast recording studio that someone built for me in the metaverse. That as soon as I get enough people and figure out how to do this, that we will be doing a podcast.
It's on the checklist for 2023. We'll have a VR podcast.
That kind of bends my mind. Why do you need to build a recording studio inside the VR? Don't you just...
It's a cool room to sit in, like you design it, Jason.
Yeah, it's like the Matrix. So it looks like we're recording in a studio. We're still sitting at home, but we're there.
Yeah, and you're not actually recording on the fake CGI stuff. You're recording on like a real rig in the real world like this.
Yeah, you just put your headset on. You would keep you could do that. You just leave on your ears and your mic, and then you put your VR headset on.
Yeah, because I'm just imagining us doing this, except we're wearing VR goggles.
Yeah,
so John now looks like that trans lady that was on, and I can just, the whole time.
Yeah.
Say that, Jason. Here we go. So we have a wife walks in on her husband.
Is he beating off?
What the hell are you doing? I'm playing football. You ain't playing football.
Wait a minute. Is she upset with him?
Well...
So she walked in and he was spanking cheeks. He was clapping cheeks.
But he was clapping virtual cheeks. You can't get in trouble for that.
But then he acted like he fumbled the ball. That was pretty genius. There's a guy that can think on his fucking feet right there.
Yeah. That is what I'm saying. He was pretty quick about that. Like hike, he pretended like he was playing football in the kitchen.
Yeah. Why do you have a boner while you're playing VR football? It's real to me, goddammit. I'm Tom Brady.
Watch me throw a touchdown. I'm most definitely playing football here.
You know I downloaded the app, right? So I could see everything.
Huh?
I think he was outed right there.
But if you're just slapping, like I slap invisible cheeks all the time. Like I always do this thing like that. Like, it's not sexual for me, but it's like, you're like, like anytime I do anything good, like, honey, I got the mail today. you know, like I
feel
took
like
out the trash on time.
Well, I'll tell you
Jason,
what,
so I'll play cards with him, and I feel like a fucking dork because my wife will be like sitting on the couch, and usually she's asleep, but I always think she's gonna wake up and see me sitting there like smoking an invisible cigarette, drinking an invisible beer, like a fucking retard on the couch, and it makes me really nervous.
So when you're drinking a beer in VR, you just lift your fucking hand like this and like pretend to drink?
Jason, I'm a smoker, right? This is the stupidest goddamn thing, but I love it. You can buy digital cigarettes, and so you pull it out of thin air, and then you put it in your mouth, and like the tip of it sticks out, and you got to light it, and then your cigarette, when you take it out of your mouth, it blows a smoke cloud thing, and then you put it back in your mouth. And
do you pay real money to smoke a virtual cigarette?
No, you don't pay money. It's just points.
Okay. I was going to say, that's like giving a hooker money to not jerk.
You can't
off.
really gamble on there, man. You can buy tokens, but you can't like win money. So you can't cash anything out. So it's just fun to sit there and bullshit. There's a bunch of kids on there too that'll piss you off.
In the metaverse, in the worlds, there's this one place. It's called the British Tavern. And you can go in there, and at any time, there's like 25, 30 people in there, men and women, and they're in there bullshitting, talking. And one of the women came up, and we were talking, and she was talking, and she used a phrase that really cracked me up. She says, it's my meta boo. So she has a metaverse boyfriend, and apparently they meta-fool around.
They metafuck.
Metafuck. So that was an interesting kind of thing. But to me, it's the same thing as phone sex, which is, it's not really my thing. But
yeah. So the guy who just got caught by his old lady having some virtual sex, was he having sex with like an NPC, or was he having sex with like another person on the internet?
It might have been virtually a metaboo. He might have had a metaboo on there. I
think it's a more egregious trespass. If you're like you're actually doing it. I mean, he's still not doing it with
Jason,
somebody, right?
You just
they
blew
could
my
be
fucking
in
mind,
China.
dude. No, you're right, because I was thinking he was watching porn. I think he was doing something else. No, he was interacting. You don't interact with VR porn. You just sit there. You can't do anything.
You just watch it. Yeah, he was
It's just 360
So they don't have
video.
like virtual like sex bots or like AI sex workers inside of there that you can you do this and you can do that, and he was doing a thing. Because, like, you can't get offended if the guy's just doing this with air, because that's really what he's doing with fancy. He's got $300 sunglasses on, and he's just doing this with the air. I'll go buy a pair of $300 sunglasses and do this with the air, and my wife is just going to be like, you're fucking retarded. She'd be more mad about the $300 sunglasses. Like, why did you buy $300 sunglasses, you asshole, versus me having sex with a ghost or whatever?
So Edward, one of the former co-hosts that quit, his girlfriend, they met in the metaverse. They met gaming in the metaverse.
True story.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
And now they're dating outside of the metaverse?
Lived happily ever after.
Yeah, they're dating outside of the... So
do they live proximal to each other, like, or is it a long-term thing? Or
it's a long-distance thing for right now.
That's gay.
So
long-distance relationships is definitely gayer than having sex with a trans woman.
Even
if she still got the dick.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if she still got the dick, it's gayer to be in a long-distance relationship. That's gay.
You think so? Okay, so...
Yeah, it is pretty gay. I got to go with Jason on this one for sure.
Damn it. Fuck you all. So, yeah. So first of all, so now Elena says, you know, they have these things that you can buy, and she gave us a link for it, and it's basically like a fleshlight, but you plug it into the computer, and then someone on the other side can activate it.
Like,
yeah, and do all that. So it looks, so it's actually, and then they have a vibrator that they can use, and the guy has the way to activate that also.
Do they have like a big silicone tongue? That'd be cool.
I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure
I want the Gene Simmons model. I'm going to give it to my wife. I'm like, here you go, bitch.
Yeah.
I'll be
now,
out driving
of course,
the truck.
everybody's here. Here we go. Everybody says, "Oh, you 100% have one." If I had one, I would show it to you because I have no shame. There's no shame in my game. And listen, I'm 61 years old. What do I care if you idiots think that I'm using a pocket pussy for
John? If I was you, I would have bought a fuck doll by now. You live by yourself.
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares.
That would be awesome. I'd have one.
Right.
I just want to know how awesome it is to live by yourself.
Doesn't it sound great, Jason? I can't wait till I don't care about pussy anymore. I say it every day. In the back of my mind, I go, one of these days, goddammit, I'm not going to care about pussy anymore. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Dude, I'm 100% already there.
Oh man,
I got to tell you, it takes a little while. Like when I first, moved in, just by myself, you get a little. But after a while, people aggravate you. Like if somebody's there and you want to go,
I'm there.
Yeah, they aggravate you.
People aggravate me.
Yeah,
I live with 3 of them.
Right. So
y'all all aggravating. Like y'all all aggravating.
Always needing shit and bitching all the time. It's like, blah, shut the fuck up.
I know. Like, change my diaper. I'm hungry. Like, fuck. Like, dude, come on, man. I'm trying to record a podcast.
I hear you. Dave has a good question. Can you choke your lover remotely like Darth Vader? I would imagine that's coming too.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I think the problem with Darth Vader choking is I don't think any of the people consented to Darth Vader choking him. And I do think that if you're going to choke someone in a sexual fashion, they have to consent first.
They probably have one of those.
Otherwise, that's
a little window would pop up. Do you consent to choking?
Accept, deny.
But then you're like, you're in order to get the real choking sensation while you're in the metaverse or whatever, wouldn't you have to like put something on you'd have to like get the weird like little plastic hand and like put it on your neck, and
you
then,
get like a jerk off
machine
that's just a fist like thing from the Addams Family.
I think what it would be is you would put a Velcro like ring around your neck and it would blow up like a tire and it would tighten around your neck.
But you have to get set up like Ready Player One, like in that movie. They're all, they get into this virtual world and they're doing all this crazy shit and they're getting all this like haptic feedback and stuff like that.
But
it's
yet,
like,
Jason, it feels very clunky still.
But what I'm saying is, who wants to fucking do that? There's a reason why nobody plays Wii Fit anymore and the goddamn Xbox Connect fell off. It's because I want to sit on my ass while I play video games. I don't want to burn 5,000 calories. I want to fucking hit one button. I want to get high. I want to drink 4 beers, and I want to hit one fucking button, and I want to be able to eat
I can
pizza
fly.
while I do it.
Yeah, I can fly.
I don't want to. I don't want to be Mario. Do you want to be Mario? Do you want to be Link in Legend of Zelda? You got to climb up shit. You got to swing a fucking sword around. Fuck all that. That's why virtual reality sucks too. I don't want to do the work. I just want to fucking sit on my ass and push a button.
Dude, I'm just telling you. So to me, this is what I think is great about virtual reality. I can get in a race car and drive the Daytona. I can drive Daytona Speedway. All right.
Yeah.
And I can hit the wall at 200 mile an hour and I don't get a concussion. Or,
that is pretty good.
Yeah. I can fly a plane.
Unless you hit your face on the wall because you didn't map out your fucking shit right.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys
punch holes and stuff.
A lot of these guys, they sit in these rigs that have the steering wheel and the pedals, and they're sitting in a driver's seat,
it's just
and they've got cameras.
Man.
I'm telling you, some of these rigs are unbelievable. What these guys do, they put them up on Twitch. But then you can fly a plane like around all over, and then if you crash.
Can you land in Antarctica, though? Let's get conspiracy for a minute.
Maybe.
Can you get in the virtual world? Can they let you land in Antarctica and meet the aliens underneath and find out about Adolf Hitler living there and shit?
I don't know if they'll let you talk to the aliens, but you might be able to land in Antarctica. I don't know.
I bet the CIA's got that. I bet the metaverse version of Antarctica is like totally sterilized by the CIA.
Can you go to Dunkin' Donuts? I could do that in real life.
Hey, you can go to Taco Bell. I've done that a few times. Go hang out there and have tacos.
If you would you just eat a virtual taco? Do you pay money for fake tacos?
It's gay, Jason. You go in and you pick up like this Lego taco, and if you hold it in front of your face, it like disappears.
What?
There's a lot of weird stuff. Yeah.
Like people aren't reading. Like, come on, man. There's fucking books to be read. There's fucking works of literature. There's like works of like classic films and independent cinema, and there's like. It's just fun. You want to eat a fucking cartoon taco?
I went to go check it out, and that was when I found out there was a bunch of kids. I went on a virtual date with a VR chat friend of mine who happens to be a hot bunny chick or whatever. And we went to Taco Bell, and there was just a bunch of kids running around, and I left.
That's fucking wild, but it sort of blows my mind.
You went on a virtual date?
Yeah, I've been on a couple virtual dates with our friend, Proxy.
I can't imagine paying like $300 for a fucking Oculus so I could pretend to eat Taco Bell.
Oh my God. Okay. Hey, listen.
He beat the shit. Hey, so here's the thing. We have a friend, Jason, who
Just give
is
my
now,
money to charity.
Now presenting as a digital cat boy. And he used to be a little spastic. He's really gotten his shit together lately. Like I've checked on him a few times.
The digital cat boy has his shit together?
Digital Catboy whipped my ass in a boxing match one time, and I think it gave him the big head. So now we're on a new
real
level.
life or virtual boxing?
Virtual boxing. He fucked me up, dude.
Fucking Tyler Anson kicked my ass in virtual kung fu. I mean, it's just.
That's what I'm saying. Like it hurt my ego because that was the deal. Just like Wii boxing. You remember the first time you got beat up playing Wii boxing by your fucking little nephew?
Yeah, and then
your ass tore up. You said nope.
And I put that Wiimote in his ass. How you like it in real life, bitch?
I remember back, God, this was PlayStation, probably the original. And my stepdaughter, I had NASCAR. And of course, I get the steering wheel, I get the pedals.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? And I'm driving. I don't know where I'm driving. I'm driving one of these games. And she's just got the controller. And here she comes I see her coming up. I'm like second place. Here she's coming. And the reason I know she's coming is cars are flying out of the way. They're crashing and all. Here she comes from. She gets up behind me and punts me as we go into turn one, and I crash out. And I grounded her for a week. I said, that's it. You're done. You're done for a week. Her mother's like, you can't ground her for a video game.
For whipping your ass. Yes, I can.
No, I wasn't allowed to. But, it's one of those things where you kind of do that. All right. So listen, I would like to go into the Jason story. We have a Jason story.
Yeah. There's a Jason story. Yeah.
Here we go. Speaking of going to drive-through.
Jason didn't give me this, by the way. I just put it up because I thought he would appreciate it because this is what happens when a bitch meets a cunt.
Yes. Here we go.
So you are going to refuse to take my order because my child was screaming?
Yes, I have the right to do that. If you're more than welcome to come inside, or you can place an order online and we'll make it for you.
And what is really you're going to not take my order?
Yes, ma'am, that is what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, well, I do have this on video, and I will be emailing corporate because that's just completely rude. I cannot come inside because my daughter does not have shoes on. Do you understand that?
No, man, I understand, but you're also more than welcome to order through online as well.
So you want me to take an extra 20 minutes and order online? That's not convenient to me. It's your job to take orders and stuff, and this is ridiculous.
And stuff. Now, here's the thing. I'm the guy behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in there having this argument with this guy. And I want to take the back bumper of my truck and push her car into traffic.
Hey,
yeah, I've had enough of this bullshit. Lady. Get out of the fucking line and have this argument. Call corporate, call your congressman, call whoever you want. Get the fuck out of the line. I want my French onion soup bread bowl and a bagel. Shut up and get out of line.
I was going to ask you what you order when you go to Panera, and are you the reason why they started serving pizzas?
No. I mean, I haven't been in Panera, and I can't remember how long. But the one thing that I loved at Panera was you get the French onion soup bowl in a sourdough, bread bowl. And,
I love a bread bowl.
Oh, my God. It's amazing. I don't know why more people don't do this.
Bread bowl, I mean, we were talking about a minute ago, Jody, you were like, man, I can't wait till I stop giving a fuck about pussy, dude. Just start eating soup out of a bread bowl.
I'll start eating cereal out of a bread bowl. Anymore? I'll eat everything out of a fucking bread bowl. Pasta.
Dude, wait a minute. If you made the bread bowl, hold on a second. I need to say this in public so no one can steal this fucking idea. This is my idea. If you made the bread bowl out of a cinnamon roll, like a giant cinnamon roll that you hollow out and then you fill with breakfast cereal, and then you could still drizzle the fucking cinnamon roll sugar all over the motherfucker.
God
eat that. It's a breakfast bread bowl.
God damn. All right.
I just became a millionaire.
Wait a minute. Because we're spitballing here.
I'll take
You're
5%.
taking, you hollow out the bread bowl, right? And then what you do is you take the bread that comes out of that and you put it in the egg and milk mixture, for French toast with cinnamon on it.
Yeah.
And then you fry that up and you put it back in there. You drizzle some syrup or some kind of sauce over it or something like that. Kind of like a whiskey sauce. I need a minute.
You could even do like a biscuits and gravy, but
Fucking
bread bowl. Make a big biscuit, hollow that shit out, right? Throw every fucking breakfast meat you can think of, like fucking ham, fucking 3 types of sausage, fucking 8 types of bacon, thick cut, hickory smoke, applewood, all that shit. Put some eggs in there, and then get that fucking country, the heart attack gravy. They put all that fucking shit all over, and you got a fucking breakfast bread bowl. But that one's a savory kind. I think we should open a food truck, guys.
I think we should open a bread bowl restaurant. All the shit you can put in a bread
food
bowl.
truck.
Yeah.
Breakfast bread bowl food truck.
So here's the
we
deal.
would
That's absolutely true, Piccolo. I'm hard as a rock right now.
I see your camera moving. That's crazy. So I don't know who's the bigger cunt here. That's the problem. Because I get it. Like, I don't have little daughters, and I can hear this little girl fucking screaming in the back seat. So maybe you guys have a little more insight. Like, is this dude justified in refusing to take her fucking order? Could the kid be screaming that bad where he's just like, I can't fucking do this?
As a father of two young daughters who do scream sometimes, often, I have to side with the woman. I mean, like, he's in there. He's clocked in. He's not going anywhere.
Sure.
He should try to do her a favor as a mom. Like, she didn't show up to Panera to make his job harder, but she's there.
Hold on. She kind of did, because it's 2023 and we are post-COVID. Why won't she use the app to order her food? They do curbside takeaway. It doesn't fucking.
I mean, look,
do it before you leave your house and then pick it up curbside. Like, this is kind of dumb for her to go through the fucking drive-through.
You have a point, but at the same time, they're offering a service. The business establishment is offering a service. If they don't want to serve me in a drive-through, they could shut their drive-thrus down and they could just say, order on the app and we'll bring it out to you, or come inside. We're not that kind of restaurant. But the fact is, they put a drive-thru in that motherfucker. They are that kind of restaurant. I would expect them to serve me. And don't make a fucking, she's obviously got a young kid. The young kid is screaming for some reason. You know, you can't have any reason with a 3-year-old. Of
Where
course,
is she?
or
south? Put some fucking shoes on your kid. Who puts their kid in a goddamn car without fucking shoes on?
It's trashy.
Well, I mean, the
she's
kids,
garbage.
Like, kids
you
kick shoes
you can hear
off.
her car sputtering in the fucking background.
Right, you can hear.
She
her.
probably is that.
I'm sorry,
just saying, like, to have some mercy on the lady. She's obviously, I mean, she's probably a single mom, and let's be real, the father's probably not in the picture. She's in a drive-through after all. Just like, don't make, I say, don't make the parents' life any more difficult than it has to be. Just do your fucking best to serve them and get them the fuck out of there so they could just get on with their evening. Because, like, as a parent myself, I mean, you guys know, y'all are parents too. Like, you know how difficult them shits could be when they're young and you can't reason with them. Just fucking don't make this lady's life any more difficult. Because if you fuck with me like that, dude, like, I'm not just fucking emailing corporate. Like, I'm gonna wait till a dude's shift is over. I'm gonna look at what car he's driving. I'm gonna note his fucking driver's license. I'm gonna come back like 6 fucking months later when he's not even thinking it's me. And I'm gonna get a nail gun. I'm gonna fucking take out each one of them tires. I'm gonna put 5 nails in each fucking tire. Fuck that guy.
I agree. Listen, here's the thing. I see both sides. But you know what? You're getting paid to take orders. So you go, You take an order, you just say, ma'am, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you please say that again?
Right.
And you get yourself through it. He just made this, he just made this a big giant issue that didn't have to be.
Exactly.
He stood his ground. Like, you can keep playing it. I'm pretty sure she goes off and says all about what she's
there's another 9 seconds where she, but get out of the line. Get out of the line. There's people behind you.
But if you get out of the line, I hate to say that the people behind her are collateral damage. If it was me and I'm in her shoes and my kid's screaming, I would apologize to the people behind me. Like, in my heart, in my head, I'd say, I'm sorry for you guys. Y'all are collateral damage. I need to take this motherfucker out. And they're not going to know. They don't know why she's taking forever. They might just think she's, like, placing this gargantuan order because they can't hear her arguing with the dude. They're just like, why the fuck is this lady ordering for 15
They can probably hear her. She's probably got one arm out the side of the car, beating on the side.
Yeah, if I'm behind her,
you might see her gesticulating, but you probably can't hear the dialogue.
Now, if I'm behind her, I've turned my radio down, I've opened my window, and I'm listening.
John's out of the car.
Yeah. Right.
Like, he's got one foot out,
here's
one arm on top of the car, standing there.
But everybody behind you is going to be a cunt to the guy taking orders, not the lady, because she's just going to drive off. So everybody behind her that's now pissed is going to be a cunt to the guy who has to take orders. So that's why I said they're collateral damage. Piss them all off, and now he has to deal with them.
Here's the deal.
That's what I would do.
That's a good plan if you really want to say fuck this guy.
If I'm right behind her, I'm already on the horn, and nobody's getting anything until this cunt gets out of line. Because
I would call that guy that threw the fucking alligator through the window at the Wendy's drive-thru. I would call him up and be like, guess what? I got another job for you, motherfucker.
Justified.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw that fucking alligator through the window.
I mean, and again, I throw this all to bad behavior. We're allowed to have bad behavior now. For whatever reason, it's all acceptable. Bad behavior is acceptable. And the reason I don't
understand. him or her, like with the bad behavior? I'm just wondering who you're referring to. Both. Okay.
Yeah. Now
she started it.
Whatever.
By having kids and going to a drive-thru.
She started it.
She started it by being a whore and sleeping around.
Cross your legs,
let some dude
should
come
not have
inside
been such a whore.
You would be able to eat your fucking bread bowl now.
Should have. You know what she should have done? She should have been trans and gotten a fucking sex change operation so she could have a designer dick.
Yeah. All right. So this next one here. I've watched this 3 times. Every time it infuriates me. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, bad behavior.
I call this one the bitch-ass cunt from Walmart. Here we go.
Oh, man.
Here we go.
First of all, pause.
What is she doing?
All right. Here we are. Yeah. We're in a Walmart. This woman, who is a large woman with her, she's got plumber crack right now.
It's a big black lady on the vegetables.
Okay, I didn't want to use race because it doesn't matter whether she's black, white, Asian, or whatever.
I don't see color.
She's crawled up on these vegetables, and there's a security guard right there, and he's trying to get her not to do this. And now she's on the avocados. By the way, they're 88 cents a piece. They're not cheap. And everything she's just crawled across now has to be removed and thrown away. So why isn't this cop taking out a nightstick and beating her off the vegetables? Because this is what we need to get back to.
Is he a cop or is he a
I don't care.
A security guard?
He's a security guard.
He's got a badge, but like, I mean, dude, anybody can have a badge. Like my fucking 3-year-old dressed up like a cowboy for fucking Christmas or Halloween. She had a fucking badge. I mean,
I feel like there should be more sound. This is the quietest altercation I've ever seen in a Walmart.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. She's in here and
she's just crawling across the avocados.
Wait, hold on. Look, here we go. Look, we're going up and down on the avocados. All right,
that's some WAP. That's some wet ass produce. Oh shit! Not the tomatoes.
Now she just
bitch.
rolled
Those
across the
are...
tomatoes.
Oh fuck, man!
Now you got to get rid of all the tomatoes
and the broccoli. I knew there was a reason I couldn't have any at the store recently.
All right.
Hell no, bitch! Hell no, bitch! You want to know why? You want to know why I want to do it?
Why?
Oh, man.
Now, here's the thing. I think what she tried to do, I think she wanted to push her ass up on the other one, but she could not seem to get her fat ass up over and get back on there again.
She said she was scratching her butt crack like a grizzly bear.
Oh, God damn it. Now you got to sanitize.
Can you imagine how that's going to smell? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to come out there and be like, fuck, all this fucking produce smells like
I think what
vagina.
needs to happen now is when people start doing this, the people in the store
just jump off the fucking produce counter and you get one free clothesline.
I think the people in the store need to take the law into their own hands and start beating this woman and dragging her out of the store.
No, don't beat them. Just tackle them and stuff.
No. Just beat her. See, what has to happen, Jody, is we cannot reward bad behavior. This woman needs to be taught a lesson like you would teach a child. All right.
You mean make an example of her for the whole internet to see?
That's exactly right. If you think you're going to go to Walmart, crawl up on the produce and act a fool, you're going to get an ass whooping. All right. Now, the problem is here that if you did that, the community, the black community would come down there and burn that Walmart to the fucking ground.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Because they should be what should happen right now is every black person in Walmart should beat the shit out of her and drag her out of the Walmart for acting like this.
See, I can't figure out. Obviously, she's had a rough day. I don't know if that's mental health. I don't know.
Yeah, that seems like a mental health thing.
But she doesn't. She doesn't look homeless. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know where this is. Like, she looks pretty clean for a homeless person, if that's the case. Yeah. So
she doesn't look homeless, but. She's also like, it's not, at first I thought it was going to be like a altercation, but she's not like fighting or swinging at anyone. She's not like trying to kick someone's ass. She seems more like upset with the establishment. Like, fuck the police. I'm going to put this cucumber in my butt crack.
She's missing both shoes, Duchess. I assume maybe she had flip flops and she kicked
had
them
one
off.
shoe on when she started crawling on. I did notice that.
Or a sock. I don't know if she's wearing like one of those like tiny socks that just cover up your heel for when you're wearing like lady shoes.
Good news
My wife
though,
wears
she's
those
in a
sometimes.
Walmart, so if she needs shoes, she can go grab her some more.
Now, Red says, he doesn't think rent-a-cops have the authority to inflict bodily harm.
I
they
think
don't.
That was kind of my position.
But they should.
That was my position. Like if it's a rent-a-cop, if it's some kind of security guard, like he's got his hands virtually tied. Like he can't really do anything to her. Like he looks scary, but I think he's just there to like deter shoplifters. Like, hey, I'm here. But like when shit actually starts happening like this, she's calling his bluff, and he's just kind of like, would you please get down now? Like I can't actually pull you down and drag you out of the store anymore. Like it's the 1950s.
I feel like he'd be justified if she was posing like a bodily harm. Like if she was tackling, fucking with people or trying to hurt somebody, then maybe he'd have some authority. But yeah, you're right. Until it comes to that part, I think he just has to watch.
Yeah, he just has to watch her ruin all the fucking potatoes.
Right. So, and it's not over yet because
they're letting her know, though. Look at that. Some of the people in the background are telling her.
Get away from me, you nasty bitch.
She going on our spike table. She going on our spike table.
Oh, not the cookies. God damn it.
Y'all need to get this lady. Ooh, she They need to.
This bitch threw the croissants on the ground, John.
She's just walking around, throwing things on the floor.
Not the baked goods, you whore.
Yeah. See, I would have been in sporting goods picking me up an aluminum baseball bat. And I would have come back there and tuned this bitch up to the key of C.
But if it is mental health,
I don't care.
Or she's like strung out on drugs. Like, I don't know that beating her is really going to accomplish what you need. Because even if you wanted to make an example of her, it's not like all the other crazy people out there are going to see her and be like, oh, I'm going to take my meds next time I go to a Walmart because I don't want to start acting crazy. John Domingo might beat the shit out of me with an aluminum baseball bat. I mean, crazy people are just going to do crazy shit, Like, I think you can scare some people straight if they're like normal, if they're not mentally ill. But
some
like,
people have been beaten too much and they act like that in the store. They're like anger hulks.
I'm just, I
what's
can't,
going on with her?
I can't get down with how people decide to go out in public and destroy. Like, in other words, she should be detained. Like, that security guard should have the ability to detain until the police came. So back in the late 80s, early 90s, my girlfriend was a undercover security guard at a retail store. So she would go in and she would watch for shoplifters. And there would be like 3 on there. It was her and then 2 guys. And then they would wait until the person tried to go out with the stuff and they would detain them. And they would grab them, hold them, cuff them, and then bring them back into the office and then call the police. And the police would come and get them and take them. She should have been cuffed and dragged, and the cop should have got her. She should have been arrested, prosecuted, and had to pay for everything that she damaged in that store. Everything. And you put that on the news, and I don't want to hear that, oh, she's marginalized and this and that. She might have mental illness. I don't give a fuck. That's a business, and people are losing money over this bullshit, and that behavior needs to be nipped in the bud immediately. As soon as she started crawling on that, as soon as she started to crawl one time up on there, that security grabs her, cuffs her, and leads her out of the store.
Supply chain issues, dude. The avocados are expensive and hard to get.
Yeah.
Don't be ruining the goddamn avocados, you crazy bitch.
But do you think maybe it's like people don't feel so bad because it's like, it's Walmart. They're a massive corporation. The Walton family has got billions of dollars. Like, who's going to feel bad for that family of billionaires that are like weird and out of touch and bribe politicians and shit like that, probably don't pay taxes because some loopholes in offshore accounts. It was the Panama Papers and shit like that. Like, do we really feel bad for the Waltons in terms of like damages, like actual damages?
Yeah. You know what? They're a business. I don't care if they got $1 billion. I don't care. It's a business. You mean so because they can afford it, that they should be able to take that loss where a mom and pop?
No, I mean that we should rise up and forcibly redistribute the wealth of the Walton family is what I mean. I think that we should all rise up and take their shit, like leave the avocados alone, but I think we should take much of their money and we should redistribute it to indigenous peoples of United States and me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go, communist. Harry Richard Shaver here is again, he's amazing. He's a real leader. You duct tape her to a shopping cart and push her out the store. And then
you're going to lose more money in the duct tape that you got to use taping her fat ass to a cart. How much duct tape how many rolls of duct tape you're going to go through? That's where it's definitely costs more than the avocados.
All right. Well, that's the idea.
Slimed her pussy over.
Let's punch it up.
Okay, I like the idea, but the baseball bat idea was better because you could go put that back on the shelf.
You know what?
And sell
I'm with Harry here. What you do is you don't use that. You use zip ties. You zip tie her to a shopping cart. How much are 4 zip ties? You zip tie her right out the door.
Dave, zip ties are good.
Dave Manbrains here. He said, meanwhile, Derek Chauvin's talents are being wasted in prison.
Goddamn.
You guys still do the knee of Derek thing on this show?
No, but we should.
I was gonna say if you really wanted to save time and money, you could use Gorilla Tape, but I'd probably get sued for that.
Right. Lisa says, I work in mental health. One of our patients was pissed at us, started keying cars in the employee parking lot. She got prosecuted, as she should have been.
Where'd she get keys from?
I don't know. Too passive these days, Mike says. Too passive these days. She should have been tasered before she even got to the avocados. We could all save so many tomatoes.
Yeah, as soon as you hit the cucumbers, bitch.
I
swear to fucking God.
Tasered. Crying about produce like any of us eat fucking salads.
I had a salad yesterday, you bitch.
Did you? Maybe that lady was just mad at salads. Yeah. Fuck salad. I want some chicken. Some fucking...
God damn it.
I want a donut, bitch. Although that doesn't explain why she hit the croissants, because you shouldn't be mad at croissants.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on with that?
I don't understand it myself.
Well, I have another one here that I was going to be with the same.
Oh, acting bad in public?
Yeah, there was
people.
another...
I do agree with you, John. I mean, like, I was all about the forcible redistribution of wealth, but I'm not necessarily communist because I don't necessarily advocate the government owning the means of production. But what I will say is that I'm 100% with you on, like, what's wrong with these kids these days? Like, people really act.
Oh.
There's like no shame. People don't have that same level of shame that they used to in previous decades where you didn't behave like this in public. Like, when you were out and people could see you, you fucking comported yourself at least a little bit. You know, you try to hold your shit together, not behave in such a way that people would think you're fucking idiot. Nowadays, people are like, we're going to go into Walmart today. We're going to open the ice creams, lick it, videotape ourselves doing it, and put it back.
Nothing. That, to me, deserves the death penalty. Honest to God, I would put them right in a gas chamber, strap them to an electric chair. You go in and you lick the ice cream, you put the lid back on it, and you put it back in there, you filthy fucking animal.
Hey, Jamingo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I pivot?
You can.
Can we talk about the porn thing?
Which porn thing are we talking about? Yeah, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
I want to do the porn thing. I want to do the 2 Louisiana stories for sure. I don't know. We're at an hour, so I don't want to run us too late.
All right. So here, let me read this to you.
Do you have the bumper that for Porn is the Devil?
I do. Here we go. Here it is. I'm going to start this.
Alme, you're going to love this.
Nice.
All righty. Okay, Jason.
That was very amusing.
Yeah, that's Edward. Edward.
We've had a lot of talent in our midst.
Yeah, we have.
That was Edward. That was the guy who got shit canned from this show.
Hey, quit! I did not get shit canned. They took me behind, and we did a show. We got done behind the scenes, and they said, "Listen, John, this is our last episode. We quit. Me and Jason are homosexual lovers. We're going to go do my show.
Same Jason.
I'm Josh. Sorry,
close enough.
Yeah, Josh. We're gonna go start another. Edward had a show called "Am I Canceled?" I like the show. It's a good show. Edward is talented, and he wants to get into this. So yeah, and we're still friends. The best part, and we'll talk about this later, is where he wants me to like upgrade his cartoon because he says his cartoon's too fat, and I won't do it. So it's become a whole thing now between the two of us.
Yeah. Hashtag where's my cartoon?
Hashtag where's my cartoon? All right, so here we go. And I don't have the story that I can bring up here, but I'm going to read it to you. So what's the difference? Louisiana starts requiring ID for adult sites, calling porn a public health crisis. In an effort to protect minors from accessing online pornography, Louisiana's lawmakers have enacted a new law requiring age verification on adult sites.
Oh.
Act 440, which went into effect January 1st, now requires residents in the Bayou State to provide proof of their age with a government-issued ID or digital ID card before accessing online pornographic websites.
They would have said, Mama said pwn is the devil down in Louisiana.
Okay. Anybody have a problem with this? Because I don't.
I don't either. I feel like
I think it's funny how many years websites have had those little age verification shits that go, "Are you 21?" and you go, "Yeah, sure,
yeah, 13."
Who gives a fuck? Who says no? Nobody's ever said no on that once. Like, I don't want to see what's on the other side of this. You just
you have to put like a date in. But it's like it's not hard to just select 1920. Like,
you're over 7, you can figure it out.
Listen, I'm sure a bunch of dumb kids have said, no, I'm not 18. And then, boop, that was the last time they did that.
I don't, what doesn't make sense to me is like, if you have a company, let's say Sam Adams makes beer, okay? I can't go to it makes sense that if I'm 12, I can't buy Sam Adams beer because that would be illegal. But I can't go to the Sam Adams website, which seems kind of weird because, like, I don't know, what if I want to buy a T-shirt? There's nothing wrong with a 12-year-old buying a T-shirt or like a baseball cap. But if I go to Twitter, within 4 clicks, I can watch 3 really big, burly men with knobby, ugly, gnarled penises just railing this poor 105-pound girl who looks questionably young. What I'm saying, well, I'm sure within just a couple of clicks.
I've seen that one. Too. That's what I get. I get like amputee.
What I'm saying is like,
butt stump
why
porn.
Why do I have to enter an age to look at a Sam Adams website that doesn't? No one's getting gang fucked on the Sam Adams website. But if I go to Twitter or any other like ujiz.com or uporn.com or redtube.com or browsers.com or pornhub.com.
We get it.
Or any of those sites.
Right. Go ahead.
Are you writing this down?
Any of those sites, I don't understand why I can just waltz right in and just get right down to people of questionable ages fucking. Revenge porn and all sort of shit of questionable legality and not have to enter an age.
Should be a math problem.
First of all, I agree that Twitter should remove all pornographic naked images from Twitter because you cannot verify your age to go on there, and it should not be on there. It's a public space. You wouldn't be able to do that. You can't put that anywhere. Like, in other words, you can't go out in public and just be naked and, out in a parking lot banging 3 gnarly guys banging 105-year-old.
I can't go to I can't go to a public space. I can't go to a courthouse. I can't go to City Hall and bend some poor 17-and-a-half-year-old girl over the stairs and watch 4 dudes rail her. I can't do that. So, yeah, I agree. If you're going to consider Twitter to be like some kind of like proxy for the new town square, then you also kind of have to follow the rules of the town square. Right. I have concerns because kids use social media. I mean, it was different. I hate to sound like some old boomer, but I mean, John's still here, so I got you at least to make me look young. But I just feel like in my day, you had to work pretty hard just to find a Playboy that might have like a little bit of bush and a boobie and a half. Nowadays, it's like every kid's issued a phone at 12 years old. That phone connects to the internet, and it's like hardcore fucking. It's like facials and cum shots, full HD, and you 13 years old, and you get access to all
the
that.
porn on the
internet.
internet.
I don't know how good it is for kids. Like, I used to have to dumpster dive to try to find, like, through the magazine recycling dumpster in hopes that somebody threw out a Hustler just because I might see a little bit
That's
of.
what a lot of other people had, just porno they hid in the woods.
But it's like, I hate to say it like this, like like some stuff, just because it's old and it's from the previous generation, like maybe we should still do shit a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying we should skull drag gay people behind a car in Oklahoma. What I am saying, though, is
Texas.
let's make porn hard for 13-year-olds to acquire.
Right. So here's what they say. The state acts that the act states that pornographic images are a public health crisis for younger viewers, citing that it contributes to the hypersexuality of teens and prepubescent children and may lead to low self-esteem, body issue disorders, and an increased problematic sexual activity at younger ages and increased desire among adolescents to engage in risky sexual behavior.
What is problematic sexual activity? There's unprotected sex at the top of the list because all the rest of it, I guess, is just porn.
What about underage?
Having sex with 40-year-old dudes?
Yeah, I was going to say, what about, young girls having sex with older men? Pornographic sites will have to determine whether a viewer is 18 or over or be at risk for possible lawsuits by the state. There we go. It's got teeth, which I like. Websites with content containing at least 33.33% of pornographic material must now implement age verification. So here we are now. Like Twitter, I think, would get away with this because unless you're in Jason's feed, I don't think there's over 33.33% of pornographic material on Twitter with everybody tweeting. Unless you're in Jason's, then it's 99%.
A lot of porn in Jason's feed, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking.
All right,
but I'm an adult.
Yeah, okay. Content such as pubic hair, anus, vulva, genitals, or nipple or female breasts are just some of the basic materials that are considered harmful to minors. Pornhub, one of the largest internet online pornography sites, has already enacted an identity verification page before entering its site in Louisiana. So there you go.
So what do you just get? A little VPN? Is that the thing where you can hide your IP address? That's an easy fix.
I don't know, but Harry Richard Shaver says, I don't trust any porn site with a photo of my ID. Yeah, because it could be used against you.
Oh, yeah, they're going to deep fake.
Damn, Jason, they're going to know
shit.
All the porn you watched. It's going to be like
that.
on a little.
They're going to take my
on
face from the
driver's
ID. They're going to deep fake my shit, and they're going to have actual me like getting fucked by like 8 different dudes, and I'm like, that's me getting fucked by 8 dudes. How do you got my fucking face? Where did you get this fucking video? Because they're going to fucking scan my ID and take the fucking picture and like deep fake it onto some fucking stunt lookalike.
Jason, they can do that already. All we do is have to go to a Google search and we can have your photo immediately.
I kind of want to do it. Like I want to make a video of you getting plowed out. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that video. I want to jerk off the video of me getting plowed out.
Give me your best cum shot face right now. Like you're on your knees. There it is. Yeah.
Is that me taking it or me giving it? Is that me like taking the cum, or is that me like it's the same face either way. I don't even know why I asked that question. It's the same. It's the same.
That is wild. I don't know if I want to give all my info to the internet. I said today, TikTok, when they eventually pull the pin over there in China or whatever the fuck, and everybody whose phone has TikTok on it explodes, I'm going to laugh.
Yeah, I can't do TikTok either just because it seems, I don't know. I don't understand it.
Yeah, they're all taking over the world.
Yeah, I thought I had to, because when you were supposed to come on here the first time, Jason, I went to the interwebs and I searched you. And there's a picture of you when you were back there when you were doing your bodybuilding competitions.
Oh yeah, there's several of those.
Yeah, I thought I had it, but I don't have it. I must have deleted it. But
that's too bad.
Yeah,
I keep one on my phone. I keep one on my phone to jerk off to. I guess
John cleaned up and then had to delete the photo. Sure. Just shame. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and trust me, I get deep faked all the time by this man right here. Dave says, I want to see deep fake of old swole Jason. Fucking now.
Old swole.
Fucking now, Jason.
Name.
Like, yeah.
Old
so
swole.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. What was the other Louisiana story that we were doing there?
I don't think I would fuck myself. I would make sweet love to myself, though. I would be very gentle and passionate and loving with myself.
Eye contact and all.
Yeah, eye contact, loving, and I don't think that's gay. If you time travel or do some kind of other dimension hopping. And you go and you actually find an earlier version of yourself and you fuck them. Is that gay? I don't think that's gay because it's like masturbation. Masturbation's not gay, even though you have a dick in your hand, because it's your dick. It's not gay to masturbate. Otherwise, we're all fucking gay.
It's a man.
We're all gay if we're.
Right.
But it is a dude's hand, and your dick is in a guy's hand when you masturbate. So masturbating is kind of gay if you look at it like that. But I think we've all agreed. We've all just agreed to say no, it's not gay. Even though your dick's in a man's hand, you're masturbating. Masturbating supersedes the gayness of having your dick in a man's hand. So
hold on.
If you fuck yourself, even though your dick is in a man's butt or mouth, it's not gay because it's you. So it's like masturbation, right?
No, not at all. Okay, that's
Still
the
gay?
definition of gay is when you're
Listen,
having
it's
your
double
dick in a
gay
man's
because look, it's double gay.
It's got to be
because
at least 50% less gay than having sex with a different dude that's
100%
not
gay.
you.
Just it's a definition of gay. Just so,
I sent you a picture. In
That's
your
like
DM,
that's
John.
like that's like 3/5 gay.
Which
That's
DM?
definitely not all the way
Discord
gay.
DM.
oh, God damn it! All right, hang on.
okay,
I got to
we
bring
can
it
keep
up
talking.
now. All right, so
I should have sent a picture of my balls.
I think it would technically be incest. It wouldn't be gay though.
I
It
got
would
to
be incest.
Yeah, now I got to open up Discord because I didn't want to open up Discord because of the notifications. But now let me find Discord.
Thank you, Red. Thank you, Red.
What did Red say?
He's with me. He agrees it's not that. I mean, it can't be gay. It can't be totally gay.
He's not. I don't.
Wait a
maybe
minute.
He is agreeing with you.
Let me ask you this, John. If you had the flexibility, of course you don't, but like if you did have the flexibility to suck your own dick as a form of masturbation instead of using your hand, you're just going to use your mouth. Is that gay? Or is that the same as masturbating? Is jerking off just using your mouth?
I don't think I could do that. I really
think it's
don't.
called
I don't think I could do it either. I don't
What
think
do you
because
say?
I don't want to taste myself. But
Yeah,
that's more me being prissy than like homophobic. It's not me being turned off by the fact that it's a guy's mouth because it's just masturbating with your mouth instead of your hand. I don't want to taste especially my schmack. I don't want to taste my fucking schmack.
All right, ladies.
I don't want to taste
Get ready.
that.
Get ready.
Mouth.
What's going on?
Masturbating.
There he is.
Oh, dude, look how
at
dark
that
I was.
specimen.
I'm going to be masturbating to that later.
Look at that
Look
specimen
at how-
right there. Look at that.
Doesn't
hump.
even look like me.
That looks like a
Christ.
Photoshop picture, but it is a legit picture. Look at your little dick
I look,
peeking out there by that bottle of lotion.
I look,
Jason,
dude,
you used
there's
to
no
look
way
like,
you could see me around that lotion.
just like the Incredible Hulk.
You got Lisa all hot and bothered over here.
Well,
What
I should hope
happened,
so.
bro? You let yourself go.
I had to do a lot of steroids to get like that, guys. I had to exercise every day. I did every fucking steroid on the planet Earth. I got diagnosed with a heart condition because of that shit. I'm lucky it healed up and went away. That was fucking...
Chaffee, there's your mission. There's your hot picture of Jason. Get that and one of these fat pictures of him now. Make your dreams come true, buddy.
All right, let's move on. I got to ask you this question because I'm a little torn on this story. I don't know where Let's just get into it. God damn it, you fat, lazy tongue South Jersey faggot. Louisiana woman allegedly stabs boyfriend after he urinated in bed while asleep.
Damn.
Oh, come on, man.
East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff Office deputies arrested Brianna Lacoste and charged her with second-degree attempted murder after she allegedly stabbed her boyfriend, who urinated in the bed they shared after a night of drinking. After urinating in the bed, the victim told police that he was woke up by Lacoste, who started hitting him. While he tried to get away from her, Lacoste allegedly ran at him with a kitchen knife and stabbed him.
Damn.
Investigators spoke with Lacoste, who told the deputies that her and her boyfriend were planning on separating. She admitted to the deputies that she was upset with her boyfriend for urinating on himself and ripped him off the bed. The altercation between the two followed. Lacoste also told the deputies that her boyfriend started choking her during the fight, and she defended herself by stabbing her boyfriend under his left arm. She tried to administer medical aid, but then transported her boyfriend to the hospital. Deputies charged Lacoste with second-degree attempted murder. What do you think, gentlemen?
That's a heavy charge. She
Yeah, I
deserves
don't
it for
know.
stabbing him, though. That's fucked up.
And it sounds like she attacked him first. Like he's asleep. He's passed out. But
For peeing in the bed, dude? Like, listen, bitch, if you've ever squirted in your sheets, I don't want you bitching if I happen to pee while I'm sleeping once or twice. And you pee a little when you sneeze.
That's what I'm saying.
You pee in your fucking bed. There's no reason to stab a man. She
Can't
just wanted to stab a
someone over-
motherfucker.
Listen,
Like, look, if he pissed on you, naked next to you, whatever, in bed,
Like,
then you're
stood
allowed
next
to
you
piss
like
on.
R. Kelly and pissed on you.
You're
while you
allowed
were
to piss
asleep.
on him. Yeah, just get him back, right? You know, like an eye for an eye, a piss for a piss. You're not allowed to you can't stab somebody because they peed on you. You could pee
R.
on
Kelly
them
style,
peeing
you
on
can stab somebody. Like if you wake up to somebody pissing on you, I think you should be able to stab them maybe with a small knife. Like you can't penetrate more than an inch. But you should at least get to poke them.
I think you could poke them with a nail file. Get them with a nail file. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you can't stab somebody for that.
Just a good jab with a butter knife is fine with me. If you fucking wake me up by pissing on me, I should at least get to give you a good jab with.
This is what happened. I'm going to go. Okay, can I be Judge Domingo?
Mm-hmm.
Let me be Judge Domingo. All right, so this is what happened.
Your show.
They both go to bed. They're drunk. All right, this man's so drunk he pissed himself. She's still intoxicated, maybe a little hungover. She rolls over or wakes up, and her whole side is soaked, and she smells urine.
You do be pissing a lot when you're drunk, too.
Right.
Like it's
And
one of those extra heavy.
Right, and she's furious that this lazy motherfucker couldn't even get out of bed and go to the bathroom and pee. This lazy piece of shit just pissed the bed. So she's upset. She's drunk. She's hungover, and she started smacking him around a little bit. Well,
it felt good to her.
Right, so he's drunk. So he gets up, he's pissed off, like, why are you hitting me? And he doesn't know that he peed himself because he's so drunk he peed himself. So the first thing he does is try to stop her, so he starts choking her. She picks up a knife and stabs him to stop choking her. They try to, because now he's stabbed, and she stabbed him pretty good. She can't stop the bleeding, so she puts his drunk, pissed ass in the car and takes him to the hospital. This is what I would call this is a he said, she said.
Okay.
And I'm not arresting her for this because I can't prove that she didn't try to defend herself. And this is what's wrong with this country now. The winner
here we go
gets the worst charge. So in other words, if he would have choked her and beat her and she had like black eyes and swollen and this stuff, and then she stabbed him, he'd be in jail. But because she got the best of him by stabbing him, now all of a sudden she's going to jail. You cannot vilify the winner. In other words, just because she stabbed him doesn't mean she gets to go to jail. What if she was just protecting herself? I guess this will all, wash out. Like, again, I can't see this going very far. I don't see this as actually being a case. Just because she's charged doesn't mean she's guilty. But I see this all the time. Somebody gets an ass, somebody starts a fight, somebody defends themselves. Just because they whoop that person's ass, now they're in trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I think the optics too. It's like, if two dudes get in a fight, and you can work out which one started, which one was the aggressor, which one was defending themselves, then, it doesn't really matter who won. You know that the guy who was defending himself, even if he got some good licks in, he was doing it in defense, and you don't prosecute him. But that's two dudes. When there's a chick involved and it's like they're living together and they're married or they're like common law spouses, and then you start getting this whole domestic violence angle, and it's like, yeah, maybe she started it, but was he abusive to her before that? And did it precipitate? And then you really do start looking at the dude like, okay, well, yeah, you shouldn't stab him for pissing the bed, but he's drinking so much that he's passing out and pissing the bed. Like, that's, to me, that indicates a pretty bad dependence on alcohol and an alcohol problem. And who knows, is he punching holes in the wall? Is he grabbing her by her hair, yelling at her because dinner's cold? I mean, who knows what kind of, I think you start getting in the optics and it's like, oh, well, it's a girl and she stabbed him, but what kind of shit has she had to deal with from this dude who's an alcoholic? And not only does he piss the bed, but maybe there's this history of other incidents between them.
So I'm putting a picture up of what she looks like right now.
She's been through some shit.
Yeah, she's
been. Dude, Jody would still smash. Jody would smash.
All right.
She looks like the cousin that I fucked.
All right, so I would like to address Red's comment. Red says, what happens between the time went into the kitchen for the knife? Who sleeps with a kitchen knife in the bedroom? I'll tell you who. People that go out.
Red.
Yeah, people that go out and get so drunk that when they come
people
home.
that live in Louisiana, I think it's a recommendation. You got to keep a big ass knife somewhere around your
case of
quarters.
Alligators.
I'll tell you right now, there's
mosquitoes.
There's a kitchen knife in my bedroom because the other night I did something in there. I had to cut something. I grabbed the kitchen knife and I took a tag off. Something's still sitting there because I'm lazy. Fucking didn't take
Don't
it back
lie.
in the
You had
kitchen.
to cut a piece of fucking pie or something. And you were like, I need
Eating
I
pie.
need
in
bed-
bed.
I need some
Pizza
bed
was stuck
pie.
together, and I couldn't get it apart,
Need
so I
some
used the
bed
kitchen
pie.
knife.
Yeah, like
Still-
different types of pie.
It's
I
still
got
in there.
bed pie.
It's still in there with the tomato sauce and the cheese on it.
His fucking
Now-
girl wakes up and there's like cherry pie filling all over her, and she stabs him in the fucking.
Boy, am I taking a beating tonight? I'll tell you that right now. All righty.
That's every time, John. That's the thing. You're fat, I'm stupid, and Jason's gay.
What's the difference? Yes. All right. We've gone an hour and 21 minutes right now.
Yeah, it's fun.
I think it's time to wrap this up.
Great.
Is there anything else we would want to do here? Should we get into the Jesus Save story in the mall?
Jesus saves. I don't even remember that one.
Saving.
Hang on. Let me play this video. We're going to do
Fresh
this.
my memory.
Here we go. We're going to play this video here. All right. So what we have here is we have a man in a Jesus Saves t-shirt, and we have Paul Blart Mall Cop with his little taser and his white shirt. He's got his hands on his radio, and here's what we got.
He does have a taser, though.
You need to take that shirt off. What is wrong with what is the problem with my t-shirt? What is wrong with my t-shirt? What is wrong with my t-shirt?
All right.
Again, sir, it is religious soliciting. There is no soliciting allowed on mall property, which is private property. Okay? So again, we've had yes, no talks.
All right, so the audio is horrible, so I'm going to save you. So this is basically what Paul Blart Mall Cop says.
It looks like Patrick Michael.
I think that dude is going to win a lawsuit.
I think he's yeah. So he walked in. Now he was outside the mall and he was doing his Jesus Saves preaching. So he came in the mall, I don't know, to get a pretzel and a Cinnabon, whatever he's came in, and he had his Jesus Saves t-shirt on. Now he isn't walking around preaching inside there. He just has his Jesus Saves t-shirt on. And here's the thing. People started complaining that they were offended. They were offended by his Jesus Saves t-shirt.
Yeah.
So they complain. Now here goes the cop. He comes over and he says, you have to take that shirt off because people are complaining. And this is soliciting. So my question to you is, what if it was a rainbow pro-gay or Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
or some shirt in that capacity? Would this guy still come up and say the same thing?
Maybe. If they were being... Actually, it's a good point. If you were protesting outside, throwing a fit with your signs and fucking... beating on people's cars and shit, and then you take and want to walk inside and get something from the Taco Bell at your local mall. Like, that's where do you draw the line there? It's like, no, you don't get to come in here now. You've been outside causing a ruckus for no apparent reason, whatever you feel the need to, but like, no.
Yeah. I had a similar thought, like maybe the people inside complained about the guy because he kind of ruffled their feathers. Because I think if you're just at a mall shopping and you're not bugging people outside or like trying to, that those street corner preachers, how annoying they stand on something in a public space.
Hey guys, where are you going today? Do you have a moment to come?
You're going to well, not even that.
No,
the ones
that's
that
on the nice end. I'm talking. This
that's
guy
the nice end.
Was probably annoying.
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna burn in hell. Blah blah blah. They would tell you that you're going to hell or whatever. And they used to piss people off. Oh, my God. They used to get my brother so bad. I'm like, why do you even engage? Just keep fucking walking. Like, you're the one who's getting pissed. He doesn't even remember you. You're mad about it the whole rest of the day. But I bet some of the people inside the mall were butthurt by whatever demonstration the guy was putting on outdoors. And they just decided to like, hey, let's make his life a little tough and let's complain about him. Because I think if you just walked in there with the Jesus Saves shirt or any kind of Jesus shirt, it could just be like a picture of Sagrado Corazon de Jesus. And it could be just him with the heart and the candles, like the Mexican candles. And I think you'd have been fine. I think it's just because he pissed people off outside.
All right.
But I definitely think if you're walking around with BLM, like if I'm the security guard and some like redneck dude comes up to me and is like, hey, that dude's wearing a BLM shirt and I don't like that kind of thing, I'd be like, dude, I'm not fucking touching that with a 10-foot pole. You get the fuck out of here because I'm not going up to the BLM.
What if it's a white dude in a
guy.
BLM shirt?
I'm definitely leaving the white guy in a BLM because that tells me he's a lawyer. If you're a white dude wearing a BLM shirt, you're trying to fucking start some shit because you're hoping to sue somebody over it, and you want it to be me, and I'm not falling for that. I might be gay, but I'm not dumb.
Can Judge Domingo take a rule on this case?
Please do.
All right. So here's the deal. First of all, there's a thing in here in this country called the First Amendment for the right of free speech and the right of free expression.
And assemblies in there too, right? Protests,
But
like it's all tied.
That's
into that
private property. As the mall cop said, you don't have freedom of assembly on private property.
Okay, but you do have freedom of speech. And they say it's private property, but it's a public space. In other words, the public is allowed, it's private property. Can they keep all black people out of there? Can they keep all gay people out of there? It's private property, you're saying. So where is that line drawn in the sand?
I wish
I
they
mean,
would.
I'm kind of a libertarian, so if they wanted to if there was a mall that was owned by someone who was so inclined as to say we do not serve homosexuals at this mall
or blacks,
I would say they're within their right to do that, but obviously it's going to be a bad business move, and they'll be out of business after a short while.
Well, where is that? I mean, if you're going to post that in every entrance to come in and say we don't serve homosexuals here, okay. But there's nothing like that. So this man walks in with a Jesus Saves T-shirt, and people were offended. So my ruling is shut the fuck up. I don't care if you're offended. If you're offended, there's the fucking door. You can go to another place and go shop. You don't have to shop here. His right is to walk around with a Jesus Saves shirt the same way you're allowed to walk around with gay pride, and you're allowed to walk around with Black Lives Matter.
Well, what if it was an offensive shirt that had like 3 dudes fucking a 110-pound girl?
Has anybody pointed out that the security guard definitely was gay, like, or at least spoke effeminately, and probably he was just butthurt because Jesus freak dude was telling him specifically he was going to hell for all of his satanistic and sodomy ways?
I don't care.
That was a personal vendetta. He was pulling his security guard dick out.
Yeah. So my ruling is, shut up. He's wearing his Jesus Save T-shirt. I don't care if you're offended. I don't. You can leave, or you can shut up, and do not bother him because he has as much right to shop here as you do. You don't like it? There's the door. All right. You have the right to leave, and he has the right to shop here. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's my.
I'm inclined to agree that they should leave the guy alone about the shirt, because it seems petty otherwise. Like, don't go after the guy for the shirt. But, you know, I think there might be some gray area for, you know, if I own the mall and he's causing trouble in my parking lot and he's harassing all of my customers and he comes into my space, I'm going to be like, dude, I don't really fucking want you in here because you're upsetting all of my customers and this is my livelihood. So, like, maybe I don't focus on the shirt. Maybe I focus on the fact that he was on private property in my parking lot just outside my doors fucking with my customers, and I'd kick him out for that.
We don't know that yet, but I agree with you. If he's outside,
but we don't know that. Yeah, it's all speculation.
Yeah, it's all speculation. But once he's inside and he's not preaching and he's just walking there like he's going to go somewhere and buy something, you can't make him leave because he has a Jesus Save shirt on just because somebody's offended. Fuck the offended. That's my T-shirt. That's a T-shirt I want to put. That's a T-shirt I want to make. Fuck the offended. That's all. All right, Jason, we're going to get out of here. You want to give us your plugs or?
I would love to. I do a podcast. I still do a podcast called Shit Happens When You Party Naked. I got chased off the normal internet by people like the mall security guard who's saying Jesus can't. I mean, just because I solicit people to Christianity and tell everybody they're going to burn in hell on my podcast, they had to chase me off the regular internet. And, you know, obviously said all that stuff about heterosexuals on my podcast. So I got chased off the regular internet, but I do a podcast called Shit Happens When You Party Naked on the Patreon, patreon.com/Team Alme. If anybody wants to come listen to my fucking show, I wish you would. I really wish somebody would come listen to me.
What about the other one, Jason? Did you say your avocado show?
Yeah, this one. Although that one's like, I mean, it's there might be some nerds in your chat that are like interested in a
they like anime. They're a bunch of dorks.
A niche. Yeah, it's a 1980s anime. So if you like that kind of like vibe, it's got great music, everything. Avocado Cafe, pod.link/ABCB Avocado Cafe. So if you wanted to listen to that, that's not available on Patreon. That's available for free. And you can listen to that. That would be also very cool if you wanted to do that. I would.
What's your movie review show? I listened to one of those the other day too.
Oh, Pop Culture Mass. Yeah, pod.link/movie mass.
I didn't know any of that.
Jamingo, he's around. He just hides in the shadows, and shit happens when you party naked. OG represent. You got to go pay for that.
I still do shit happens when you party naked. Jamingo, I wish you heard shit happens because like it's evolved, and I wish.
How
you
much
heard
it is a month? How much is it a month?
It's $3.50.
All right, I will subscribe. I will subscribe when we get done here.
I just want you to. I don't know. I just want to impress you with some of the stuff. I just want you to think like, dang, that guy's kind of funny, and I appreciate him. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll share the password, and I'll listen to a couple episodes.
Listen, here's the deal. I unsubscribe from Who's Right, and I unsubscribe from Eric Zane. I will take the money that I saved from that, and I will come in for a year's subscription, and I will listen to your show. I promise.
I love you.
All right.
I love you.
I appreciate you being on here. And listen, I don't hate you. I think you're a very talented guy. You talk too fucking much. Besides that, we always know that. And listen, I was fully expecting to be like assaulted with all of your gay references on how you want to do things to me and stuff like that. And I appreciate you not doing that, making me feel uncomfortable.
I told you I was not. You made me promise like 4 years ago. You were like, no gay shit. I was like, no gay shit. I promise. I won't do it. I'm not even gay. I'm sort of gay. I got kids, so that's pretty gay. But like, you know.
Listen, Lisa, don't worry about it. When I put the show out, I will put all Jason's links in the show notes of this show. So you can get to all that.
Buddha saves.
The legendary Jason Motormouth Alme coming and making his public debut.
Yes.
I thought I shut up a lot this episode. I thought I did a good job.
Hey, listen, I enjoyed this. I would love to have you back at another time. I thought this was fun. I thought this was a great.
I would love to come back. Anytime.
Great job.
Say
all
the
right,
word.
now, Jody, I need you. You've got to promote a story for a song.
Oh, yeah. So I was recently, Teresa is a friend of ours, Jason. She has a show called Story for a Song, where you tell a story and the songs that relate to it. And I told a whopper of a good time from my teenage years about a sex romp that I had, a devil's three-way, if you will. It's a hot and steamy story, and that's all I'm going to say. And the songs that were played during the occasion. But I don't want to give away too many spoilers. Go
Lisa
listen to it.
Lisa wants the photo of Jason.
Tell her that's one of the perks of signing up to the Patreon is you get to.
So Lisa, later on, Lisa will be doing this. All right. And also, the Boomer Bunker is back. Bob and I did an impromptu episode yesterday. Bob said, I'm coming back. And I said, don't you threaten me with a good time. And about a half an hour before 9 o'clock, he said, let's do it. And I cleared everything off the desk. We did the show. I put it out as a podcast last night. It is in your podcast catcher right now if you want to go check it out.
It's a good episode, John. I'm glad you guys came back.
And we'll be back doing, I don't know, right now I'm not sure when and what our days were, but we will lock it down. We will lock it down. And
Tell
also
Bob he can
Brandex.
come back, but he's going to have to pick the stories because I've loaded the Trello board, and I don't know how many of those stories he would have participated in. He would have to go take a break and turn his camera off.
Yeah. And, like I said, we just do this for fun. And Jason's, the $350 that he has to charge something so people, so it's behind a paywall. So
I had to put it behind the paywall, so I
he almost
keep my
got
regular
fired,
job.
you bitches. Listen, donate money to Jason Alme.
true.
He's a good dude. I've known him for a long time.
Man, shit.
He's got kids. He got chased off the internet by some bitch that he worked with who literally told on him and said, if you don't do something about this, it's going to be a real problem.
Jealous.
Fucking rat bitches.
Jealous cunt. All right,
because
everybody.
he was being what is it? A misogynist. Not saying bitch or cunt or gay or any other stuff. It was because he was being kind of a misogynist, I guess.
Who cares?
It was probably saying bitch and cunt that made me a misogynist, though.
Right. Oh, and by the way, check out Josh and Edward's show, Am I Canceled? That's another show that you should do. His last episode where, again, he's 100% still focused, and I think he's really sorry that he quit the show because the opening song that he did, which was a remake of the Johnny Cash Hurt, is all about me. I don't care what anybody says. He's just upset and he's hurt because he left the show. And I don't pay him much money.
No, he's
anymore.
not. He's hurt because you won't give him his fucking cartoon.
That's right. He's going to continue to be hurt because now it's a thing. And
Play
you know how
more
I am
blues songs, baby.
You know how I am when I dig in. All right, everybody. We're out. We'll talk to you later.